Well, hello, everybody out there in social media land. It is me again, Lisa, and welcome to another edition of the Book and Banter Society. As you can see by the movie screen, I have a question for you guys. Are movie release dates too close together?
Well, it's disclaimer time. Just wanted to let you know the views and opinions I'm about to express are mine and mine alone. And I am not a movie expert or expert at being a movie critic. And I do not go out of my way to offend anybody because I don't like that drama. But who knows? I may say something that may offend you. So you have been warned. So let's get into it.
Lights, camera, action. Lights, camera, action. Lights, camera, action. Lights, camera, action. Lights, camera, action.
As you may or may not know, Superman was released July the 11th, and Fantastic Four is set to be released on July 25th. Okay, audience. So my question is this. Do you think the two movies are being released too close together? Say, for instance, you watch Superman July the 11th. 2 weeks later, you're watching Fantastic Four. Have you been given enough time to kind of like, ah, and drink in Superman before you get lost in Fantastic Four? So here's what I did. I did a little bit of research. When I say little, I mean little. So, this is not like scientific. But I could have sworn when I was growing up, there was only maybe one blockbuster per summer, maybe two. So like I said, I did some research and actually, I was surprised at what I found. So I went back in time. Yes, folks, not too far back in time. Don't want to get don't want to, go back too far, but I went back in time to 1981, the summer of 1981. And I chose 1981 because that is the summer that Raiders of the Lost Ark was released. And as a kid, I remember that movie very, very well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the competition that Raiders had.
Well, as you can see by the movie screen, Superman 2 was released just a week later. And I'm going to quote Ice Cube and Chris Tucker from Fridays. And I'm going to say, damn, you talk about competition? Because the first Superman movie was a huge success. So everybody couldn't wait to see what part two was going to bring. Whoa. Yeah, that's some competition. Whoa. Even more competition. Okay, so we have Raiders of the Lost Ark released June 12th. A week later, Superman 2 comes out. Then a week after that, you have James Bond, you guys, for your eyes only. 007. I am in shock because I had no idea these movies were released so close together. And guess what, you guys? I did a little more research. Three other movies were released on the same day as the James Bond movie. That is The Great Muppet Caper. You guys may laugh, but hey, The Great Muppet Caper with the Muppets, that wasn't an independent film or anything like that. That was released by Universal. And the other movie that was released on the same day as the 007 movie was Dragon Slayer. And no, this was not an independent film. This was released by Paramount Pictures. And the third movie that was released the same day as For Your Eyes Only was Stripes, starring Bill Murray. And you guys know Bill Murray, right? From the original cast of Saturday Night Live. And then he went to do movies, and the rest is history. And in this particular movie, he plays a guy that's down on his luck, lost his job, his apartment, his girlfriend. So he figures, heck, ain't nothing left for me to do but to join the military. And his friend joins with him. And of course, that's when the comedy ensues, and there's always a villain and all of that kind of stuff. But of course, at the end of the day, the underdog wins. And this movie was also not an independent film. This movie was released by Columbia Pictures. Okay, I can go on and on about these movies, but I won't. But I will give you a little bit of trivia in reference to For Your Eyes Only. The actor that played 007 in the film, Roger Moore, well, it wasn't his first time playing 007. He had played James Bond on several occasions. However, at this particular time, he was 54 years old. So he was kind of inching towards the end of playing James Bond. And the last time he played James Bond was in 1985 in the film View to a Kill, starring Grace Jones. Oh, I love me some Grace Jones. And Duran Duran sung the title track, View to a Kill. Side note, I love Duran Duran too. So there you go. And at the time View to a Kill came out, Roger Moore was 57. And he felt that he looked a little foolish because he was getting older, but the actresses in the film, well, they were kind of staying the same age. So he was kind of like, yeah, now they're like the same age as my daughter. Yeah, it's time for me to hang it up. And so he did in 1985. So, anyway, just some little tidbits there. Useless trivia. Well, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time very, very much. Because, like I've said before, your time is valuable. Tons of things are going on in the world, on social media. So, when you take time out to listen to me, I really greatly appreciate it. So, thank you. And remember, take me everywhere with you while you're washing dishes on the road. Just don't take me along if you're going to do something illegal. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget, I have a book, The Creeping Things and Other Tales of Madness and Mayhem. So, you guys take care, and I will see you next time. Bye.